Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are going to do something big in order to make a lot of money. And the first step for me is going to buy the trailer that's behind me. I've been using this one in the past to get my first vehicle, and today we are going to use it to also buy another one. It's not a necessary purchase by any means, but I think at this point I would rather just get my own instead of just lending out another one from the world and really not paying for it in any way. I think at this point it feels more legit, yeah, just actually getting one for myself. And I also just attached tow hook to the taxi here, just so that I can actually use the entire thing. I'm gonna need to retract the landing gear. That's it. And now we are off towards getting the new vehicle. It's not gonna be a tow truck yet. I was hoping to get towards that this episode, but I need a bit of money. And I think what I have in mind now is a more lucrative job with very little upfront investment. Before we do any of that, however, I also want to show you guys another nice feature of this game. And this is just installing your own lighting fixtures on the cars. So there are different things like light bars, light bulbs here, and also just some underglow strips, which you can also use as braking lights and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's a whole lot of options here, and I'm gonna be buying a few just to add a few additional more headlights. So gonna get myself two of those. And now let's see if I can attach them. So first up I'll go first person, and this is a bit sketchy right now. It's hard to really line things up properly, but I just love that this is an option to begin with, and I hope it's gonna be expanded in the future with maybe proper grid options, proper rotation to the vehicle. Right now it's a bit jank, but it works, and again it's just so much fun that it's an option to begin with. So maybe I'm gonna use the mouse for this one, just trying to line myself up with the center of the car. I think that should be alright, and then I'm gonna just start attaching them. So one of them should be to the right here. I might also redo this off screen so I have a bit more time and yeah, can just take it if I need to. But this should not be the worst thing. Alright. So the lights are attached. They look pretty snazzy where they are, but I still need to change the light mode. So let's change it. Now it would react with the headlights. I can also make it a high beam. I could also do a mix, which would not make the most amount of sense right now. Let me just show you. Right now, one of them would go on if I just turn on the headlights, and for the high beams, the other one would also yeah, will just start lighting up, but I think I want both of them to be high beams here. There are also a few other options like reverse light, interior light, which is a nice option if you just want to turn on and off from inside the car. Brake light, and I think that's it. So with this one right now, I would need to toggle it manually, but I think, yeah, high beams is gonna be the option for this one. So this is what you have right now. I think that's amazing. I like to do this for most of my cars. For some of them it really doesn't fit, but for those where it does, it's a really nice feature and I just love it. Also, I kind of wanted to take the trailer into a shop for a moment, just checking out what it can do. I think we'll do that in Jeju. We're gonna drive through that anyway, so might as well check out the options there. Oh god. This vehicle is definitely not made for having a trailer. It feels very sketchy. So I might need something else in the long run, but I have a few ideas. The next vehicle that we are going to buy can theoretically also have a trailer attached, but it's usually not the best idea from how it's gonna handle. And this one is definitely more of a temporary measure as well. After all, once I get rid of a trailer hitch on this vehicle, I can use the same one for anything else that can have that installed. So I'm not really losing money by buying it for this car. And yeah, what we are going to do today is gonna be so lucrative, I might as well use a lot of money to finally upgrade this car properly. But I also have a few other things in mind besides the new tow truck that I want to buy. Eventually I want to get a semi as well, and also maybe a proper bus for the company. The current one is making a bit of money here and there. It's gonna be profitable in the long run. And I mean, overall the bus companies are not anything for quick profits, so that's alright. But it's, Jesus Christ. It's something that will help us a lot with our income. It's actually something that I ended up doing on my first character so much that I just got bored of the entire thing at some point. But we'll see about that in a few minutes. I'll just have to try and get this over to Jeju to begin with, and then one town further to the west. And yeah, I'm still paying off that loan. I mean, I would have enough money to just pay back the entire rest of it, but I'll just let it run as it is right now. Might not be the best financial decision, but it's alright. Not much of a problem either way. I think eventually we should be paying off the rest of the loan soon enough. Okay, here we are, and I'm just really interested right now in what I can do with my own trailer here. I don't know if I ever checked that, but yeah, there are repair options, of course. Slight damage. Paint options, which is nice. I think I would like to make it either dark gray or black or something. Ooh, that looks good. Maybe a bit more brightness, just so it's not perfectly black. Now let's just keep it like that. Body number 2, oh, that's the whole front thing, yeah. I think I would have like a really dark gray for that. It's kind of weird how the entire thing can go from 0 to 100, but already at like 10, it's looking pretty bright. So maybe something like this, yeah. And that's gonna be it. Let's see if I can also get something else. I don't wanna go into decals, but it has actual brakes. I didn't expect that. Spring damper, ride height. I mean, lowering it down might actually help getting other vehicles on that easier, but that's gonna be quite expensive, so I'm not too interested. But I'm curious to see how it would look with wheel space. Bit ridiculous, so... I mean, there is the option to use the trailer for actual jobs, and I may do that in the future once I get a vehicle that can actually tow the thing without almost crashing all the time. But as it is right now, yeah, that isn't really gonna help me out too much. There's only... Well, there's actually 0 tire options. Can I change the wheels? Small trailer. I like the SPT1 default ones a bit more here. Aerodynamic parts, no spoilers available. That's a bit of a disappointment. I mean, not really, but would have been fun. Okay, we painted it black, and now we can just keep on going. It's not too much further away, so yeah, should be alright. I hope I won't crash in the meantime. Whoa. Oh god. Not crashing is really more wishful thinking here than anything. Theoretically, I could have also just gone there with just the taxi and left it there. After all, there are some parking lots over here. Because the thing that I want to buy today is the little K-Truck there. 10k, pretty small, pretty cheap, and it also has quite a bit of cargo space. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit more of cargo transporting. And one reason why I went with that right now specifically is that once I get into other cargo stuff, I don't want to do that exclusively, so I think it's better to start with that now, show off a few things, and then do a few other things in the meantime, like the actual tow trucking. So let's get everything prepared here. And buy this truck right now. It's gonna be getting a few upgrades. Nothing too crazy, but I think this will be a good investment. Whoop. Okay, something like that. Gotta attach the trailer. This is... I should be doing this more often. There are so many other cars that I bought on the other characters I have that I never really use the trailer for getting any car delivered. I think this is just too cool not to use it. Okay, this already looks like it's gonna give me quite a bit of trouble. So let's see if we can make it back to the garage in one piece. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I've been feeling kinda. Oh god, I've been feeling a bit off the last few days. Like somebody caught me yesterday and I could barely get a word out. My entire throat was completely blocked. That wasn't fun. Okay, trying to keep it under control. Thankfully this is only a short trip, but my god. I think we're gonna load off at the bus terminal here. There's enough space over here. Alright, let's roll back. And get this baby unloaded. Like, this is one of the cars that I basically buy in every playthrough. I think one time I went with Dory instead, but for some jobs... Oh god, I forgot to turn on the engine and now I'm kinda stuck here. Maybe if I can get the landing gear out. I just saw it. Might just push the entire thing up enough to... come on. Like, this couldn't have gone any wronger if I tried to. Okay, since we are doing jank today, I might as well go full jank and take the tow truck here. I wanted to get to something else entirely, but this is kinda shaping out to be a bit different from what I had in mind to begin with. Like, my idea was just make a quick trip to where you can buy the vehicle and then go into the job that I want to do. Maybe I'll just spend the rest of the episode doing this kind of stuff, and then next time we'll actually go to the job and do it proper. Okay, that didn't work. And yeah, for the tow truck, it's actually the option to use the bar in the back to just transport vehicles, but you can also use the hook and the winch to, well, pull things, if it lets you. I don't know what's going wrong here, but I might just attach it to the front. Something's off. Maybe I'll just try getting a bit closer. See if that helps. Okay, that seemed to have done the trick. I don't know if this is the best idea to pull it like that, but here goes nothing. And off the trailer it comes. Nice. Okay, cutting the table. Catching the car so it doesn't just ride off into the sunset. And let's quickly despawn everything that we don't need anymore. So it's kind of sometimes a bit weird that things don't always work out as quickly as you want them to, but I don't know, with games like this, it's partially the manual labor involved in the steps that you actually need to go get the vehicle, or as I'm doing right now, it's more of a restriction on myself on that I want to get them in a proper way, using the trailer and all of that. I think that kinda adds to the experience. Of course, I could have just driven there with a taxi, despawned it at one of the parking lots, and jumped right into the transporter, but where's the fun in that? Okay, just gonna despawn the vehicle, or more like the trailer right now, and then the car itself. I should maybe take off the tow hook before that. I mean the trailer hitch. Alright. And yeah, that's just gonna go into my inventory afterwards. Uninstall. I still keep it, and now it's available for any other vehicle that can have it. And yeah, the thing that I wanted to do with the transporter there, it has to do with military crates, which is one of the most valuable cargoes in the game. There are a few that might be worth more, but this is kind of a really fun subset of things to do. And since we're already 18 minutes in before even getting to the military base to pick up those crates, I'll likely just spend the rest of the time trying to do a bit of stuff with the car here. So let's see, I think I might still have a blue in here. Yep, I think that's the one that I want to use. Seats, alright, cargo bed could be a bit darker. Maybe not entirely black, although that kind of looks nice. Something like that. Window, let's go with a bit of a tint, just making it a bit darker. Alright. And you know what? I'm gonna do a bit of decaling here live on camera. What could go wrong? So, there's this fun thing that I did on the same truck in a different playthrough, and I wanna try replicating it. The whole thing has a bit of a tendency to go sideways real easy. And I had this fun idea on the other playthrough where I just added a smiley that's looking back at you when you are actually drifting. So let me try and get this done as well here. No, I need to go back in here and I need to scale this down and maybe even do something like that. Rotate it. This is obviously gonna be the mouth, and what I'm gonna do for the eyes is also gonna be quite fun. Maybe something like this might need to be a bit bigger in a way. I'll likely check back out what I did on the other car exactly, try to replicate it and do a bit of fine detailing between episodes. But I want to at least try doing this as best as I can here. Alright, what was the button for duplicating? Okay, this one. Nice. Okay, this isn't looking too bad right now. It's a bit rough around the edges and it also needs pupils. I think I'll go with oval shape here because I can scale it down a bit more than otherwise possible. Okay. And now it's starting to come together in a way. Can also make it give it all kinds of different impressions. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it. I hope I also... Nope, I didn't duplicate everything to the other side. Might as well do that now. For the different things. But yeah, there's gonna be a bit of fine-tuning involved, getting everything right in between episodes. This is definitely not the final product, but I think it should give you the basic idea. It's gonna look real fun once we really get into it. Let me just pay for it. Gonna need a bit more fine-tuning, but hey, we have money and we are going to make a lot more of that next episode. Of course, I need a large size radiator. Intake, I'd rather go with a bit less torque. The entire thing is pretty light, it's not gonna be too easy to control, especially once I get the new engine. So we start off with an inline 4 90 horsepower engine, and I think I want to get to the 150 horsepower straight away. It's pretty cheap, and this is basically the engine is gonna keep. It's not gonna go up to a V8, it doesn't need anything like that. Turbocharger, in the long run, right now, that would be a bit of overkill. I would like to have 5 sports at least. Final drive ratio is something we need to find out along the way. Brakes are optional for this vehicle, but I would like to get a stronger spring in here. And yeah, this is basically getting a bit more love than my taxi, but it's also gonna make just so much more money than the taxi. Ride height, I think, is an investment for later down the line. Can help out quite a bit, but yeah, it'd be kinda tough doing that now. Just with how much it would cost me. 3k, that would be 12 for the wheels. We are going pretty much broke here. Not exactly what I planned, but yeah, the entire upgrade system is just costing me so much money that yeah, you're pretty much going broke whenever you're doing anything here. I think for the rear wheels, I just want to get them out a bit further, not to the entire 100mm width, but at least let's say 80 looks quite alright. Front wheels are a different topic here, but I don't really have much money left anyway, so let's go with 40 millimeters. I think that should help us out quite a bit. Angle kit is definitely not required. And anything else, well, that would of course be the trailer hitch. We can also get a winch. But then again, for that, for the most part, we need to get a bit of towing experience beforehand. So let's put this in drift mode and have at least a look around the place. I think you can already tell why I put the smiley on the side. I hope I can make it look a bit better in the next episode or in between episodes, but yeah, this is the plan. Also, funnily enough, it really changes driving dynamics based on what kind of cargo you have loaded. With the truck cab being in front and also of course it having the engine in there, it's very front heavy right now and the back is just sliding all over the place. Once we get a few of those military crates loaded, it's gonna be kind of a different beast actually. You can do a lot of fine tuning by just adding weight strategically. And I think I also need to change the final drive ratio. Let's just do that real quick. That was powertrain, final drive ratio, and we are going to go down. Now let's go down to 8.5. Oh. Yeah, so I just paid the I just had to pay the installment for my loan and now I'm too broke for that, so that's not good. I was really hoping to get that as well, but yeah, I just apparently screwed myself, so yeah, that's fun. It also means that I won't be able to do any adjustments between episodes unless I make a bit of more money, and yeah, you know what, I like just gonna do that. So this is gonna be the end for this episode. I'll get a few more taxi deliveries done, and then next episode I'll have the things adjusted, get the better final drive ratio, and then we're gonna have to make a bit more money because today was more of a spending spree and even more so than initially expected. So yeah, I'm broke. Great, amazing. See you next time. Bye bye.